Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to another action-packed Manchester United news and latest news update live stream. I mean, it's action-packed because today, apparently Manchester United are signing Mbappe according to actually decent sources as well, like good sources. We're linked to Kane, we're linked to Osimhen, we're linked to Vlahovic. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that United will be looking to sign a striker in January and has listed some names United will be interested in signing. There is some decent reports about Mbappe to United, but I'm going to say, first of all, remember Ronaldo's just called out the Glazers. Do you think it's a coincidence that it's been leaked to the media that we're signing a £100 million striker a couple hours after Ronaldo calls out the Glazers? I don't think that's a coincidence. PR spin. But talking of Ronaldo, Ronaldo's contract set to be terminated. Big news on the Ronaldo contract termination situation. As we spoke about in yesterday's live stream, actually, let me share my screen with you people as well. I spoke about in yesterday's live stream, it came out at this time yesterday that Manchester United was seeking legal action against Cristiano Ronaldo. We're getting lawyers involved to evaluate the situation. And the reason Manchester United were getting lawyers involved was because they wanted to terminate Ronaldo's contract, but they didn't want to give him the millions and millions of pounds in compensation because he's on 500k a week. So they were looking at ways, can they terminate Ronaldo's contract? Has him going to the media broken some clause in his contract? And I think they're also looking to maybe negotiate. They know Ronaldo wants to go, a way that Ronaldo can be terminated of his contract without Man United giving him a high fee. We also know legal action could be because Manchester United want to stop parts of the interview coming up, and Manchester United are set to issue Ronaldo a very, very large fine. So let's get into today's show. Smash a like if you're happy Ronaldo called out the Glazers, despite maybe the ulterior of the motive of the interview just being Ronaldo because he's pissed off to attack everyone. But he did attack the Glazers. So smash a like if you like the fact that Ronaldo went in on the Glazers. We will talk about that towards the end of the live stream. Basically, Ronaldo said United's a marketing club, the Glazers don't care. We'll probably touch on that at the end of the live stream, but I want to just get into the fresh news, the Mbappe news, the Kane news, the Osimhen news. Fabrizio Romano has given a big update on what Manchester United are going to do to strike a situation, what's going on with Ronaldo, but also news of Ronaldo's contract set to be terminated. And as well, bit off topic, but I think I'll talk about this. Antony's interview today was brilliant. The one-liners. I don't know if you've seen the quotes from Antony's interview that came out today, but I love Antony. I love his personality. I love his one-liners. He said, I would elasticode the drug dealers in Brazil. I would rainbow the bus drivers and nutmeg the thieves. I did not give a fuck with the ball at my feet. I just loved the sassiness of Antony's interview. We'll probably talk about it in a minute, but we're going to talk about Ronaldo's interview with PSG, Mbappe going one way, Ronaldo going the other way. Yes, this is actually a story. Take it, guys. I'm just going to clarify with the Kane, Vlahovic, Osimhen, and Mbappe news that apparently Man United are going to sign one of these four strikers in January. Just remember, this Ronaldo went and sagged off the Glazers last night. I think the Glazers have gone, let's go tell all our journalists we're spending 100 million on a striker in January because Ronaldo's gone, said publicly we don't care about the club. Now, and I want to say this first of all, before I get into the news, we cannot let this blow over. That, the Ronaldo interview, cannot let this blow over the fact that he's called out the Glazers, because the Super League blew over and there's going to be pressure on the Glazers, especially when the full interview comes out Wednesday and Thursday. A bit more of the interviews coming out tonight. And Piers Morgan said what Ronaldo is revealing tonight, no one knows. So there's going to be some more juicy stuff coming out tonight, tomorrow and Wednesday. And when the full interview's out, it's going to have some significant damage on the Glazers. And we should use this to fuel the Glazers out movement, okay? We shouldn't let this pass by like the Super League. I know what Ronaldo said on Rooney and Ten Hag is incredibly disrespectful. And I know Ronaldo is probably calling out the Glazers so he gets his contract terminated, gets what he wants, he gets his move because he's salty. But at the end of the day, my opinion is, if Ronaldo wasn't so bitter about Rooney and Ten Hag and the rest of the interview is facts from Ronaldo, 90% of what Ronaldo said in the interview is not wrong. It's facts. He's called out the Glazers. He's called out the club's lack of ambition. He spoke facts. He's just made himself look like a bit of a twit going in on Rooney and Ten Hag. And obviously, a lot of fans are angry with Ronaldo, and a lot of fans have every right to be angry with Ronaldo. However, I think you have every right to be angry with Ronaldo, but I'm saying try and just focus on the Glazers out bit of here and maybe just push the Glazers out movement further. But I do want to swing into the news as well. Mbappe never coming to us. I never said Mbappe was coming to us. I think it's a PR spin as well. Mbappe will be Pogba too. Mbappe will be proper too, and you think we're going for a striker in January as cap? I think Man United are going for a striker in January. I 100% think Man United are going for a striker in January. But I will have to say this. I don't think it's going to be Mbappe or Kane or Osimhen. I don't think it's realistic. Apparently Mbappe is realistic in January as well. Alice tweets are so funny but true, literally. But anyway, Mbappe versus Haaland in the derby. We will get into the Mbappe news. Well, it's actually come from a good source as well. But do you want me to get into the transfer news and then I'll get into the Ronaldo getting his contract terminated news? We'll get into the Mbappe news. And I feel like that's what everyone wants to know. And it's actually come from Disco Mirror. And you're thinking, Alice, the Mirror. No, but like the only good person who can write Man United reports from the Mirror, David McDonald. And he has said, and Centre Devils are probably, I'll say this now, the best Twitter account to follow in terms of Man United news because they do this kind of moon thing of reliability next to it. And if it's something so shit, unless it's like a big story, if it's something so shit, they won't tweet it. Like I follow MEFC MPB and they just clickbait the fuck out of us and tweet all the clickbait journalists. This account only generally tweets things from good journalists and good sources, and then he ranks the source, basically saying that's a tier 2 source, so a decent source. And it's coming that just in, Kylian Mbappe has emerged as a potential target to replace Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United, with United possessing the financial might pay the £150 million transfer fee. £150 million transfer fee. So I'm sitting here thinking, bullshit, this is a Glazers PR spin story to make some fans believe we're going to get Mbappe. They said Manchester United are one of the only few clubs able to pay Mbappe's £500,000 a week, which is the same wages as Ronaldo, along with significant related bonuses. So he's basically saying United actually have the financial package to buy Mbappe and that he is a potential target. Now, we know Mbappe wants out of PSG and we know Ronaldo wants out of Manchester United. We know PSG have had a lot of disciplinary issues with Mbappe, and Manchester United have had a lot of disciplinary issues with Ronaldo. So in a weird sense, it would make sense to do a swap deal on Mbappe for Ronaldo. The thing is, Mbappe is worth 100 million more than Ronaldo. So, it would make, if Man United did a swap deal, Mbappe for Ronaldo, because Mbappe wants out PSG, Ronaldo wants out of Man United, United want Mbappe and PSG want Ronaldo. Man United would 100% win in that deal by a country mile. Yes, Mbappe has got a fucking ego and is an absolute prick. And he's a spoiled brat, and maybe that, we're getting rid of one brat for another. People say it like that. Maybe he's not the person we need in the dressing room. But if Mbappe comes to United, he's the biggest player there, and he'll love that. And his ego can feed off that, and he's fucking Mbappe. Like, Mbappe for Ronaldo, guys, is absolutely insane. And PSG apparently interested in signing Ronaldo in January. I'm just saying, it would make sense. Ronaldo and Messi get to play on the same team. Everyone wants to see that. Mbappe comes to the Prem. Mbappe versus Haaland in the Premier League. Everyone wants to see that. The old goats playing together for the same team. The new goats in the same league. Of course I'd say it makes sense because I'm a United fan. But believe it or not, guys, I do not think United are going to sign Mbappe. While Ronaldo might go to PSG or Bayern Munich, I think Ronaldo's going to end up at Sporting Lisbon. I'll be honest with you, and take a wage cut. I think that's what's going to happen. Ronaldo will not be at Manchester United in January, and Ronaldo will never wear a Manchester United shirt again. I will tell you that for a fact. I have a feeling we're not going to sign Mbappe, and I have a feeling that the board. This is all I'm saying. Let me just show you. All I'm saying is, can I find it? Can I find it? This is it. This is it. No, where is my tweet? All I'm saying is Glazers get called out, and now we're either signing Kane, Mbappe, or Osimhen in January. Shock. PR spin merchants just sell the club in the end. That is my thought process on it. Now, I know Osimhen's a target, and I know Vlahovic is a target through Fabrizio Romano. I know that United would probably love Mbappe and would probably love Kane. But I don't think we're signing them in January. I think we're signing a striker in January, but I don't think we're signing Mbappe, Osimhen, or Kane, because Napoli won't sell Osimhen. They're in a good position. If they do sell Osimhen, he's 100 million. Kane is 100 million, and Tottenham don't want to sell him. And Mbappe is Mbappe. In my opinion as well. I'd like Mbappe. What would you guys feel about Mbappe? Because obviously he's got all those disciplinary issues and all of that as well. Steve said Mbappe won't come. Mbappe would bankrupt the club as well. I would not put CR7 on garden leave and cut his wages and make him stay for the rest of the season. Someone said that. Would go, no, wrong one. These American are some serious parasite, disgusting behaviour, and the English media is a mess. I agree, owners are disgusting and the media is a mess as well. and PSG will get Modric, Benzema, and the next 4 Ballon d'Or holders. I mean, honestly, what are your thoughts process on Mbappe to United? A lot of people wouldn't want Mbappe at United. A lot of people wouldn't, to be fair. Should I do a poll? I don't think Mbappe's coming to United, but I'll do a poll, actually. That's the best way to do it. Why can I not do a poll? I've gone on YouTube and it's not showing my own video. It's not showing that I'm live. Oh, let me turn the sound down so I don't get my annoying voice play. I've got a big story to get into, people. So make sure you are smashing the like button. Make sure you are subscribed. But we will do the poll for you because obviously there's questionable behaviour issues with Mbappe. So I actually do understand why people don't want him. Is he what we need? Would he disrupt the 10-hour rebuild? But at the same time, yes. Can Gakpo play number 9? Because we may have many on number 11. That's a good point. The thing is, can Gakpo play number 9 is the big question. And yes, he can, but it's not his primary position. I think for me, this is my thought process, and let me know your thoughts on this down below. My honest opinion is I don't think Man United are going to be able to sign the long-term Ronaldo replacement in January. I don't think, although Romano has said that United are actively looking for a striker to replace Ronaldo in January, and I will get into what Fabrizio Romano said in a second, I think Man United like Ivan Toney. I think Man United like Osimhen. I think Man United like Vlahovic. I think they're the 3 strikers that Erik Ten Hag wants. And I don't think any of them will be available in January. Potentially Ivan Toney, but I think we'd have to pay a shit ton of money for him. And the good thing about Ivan Toney is he's not going to the World Cup, so hopefully he won't go up in crazy price. I think they're the 3 strikers that Ten Hag really wants. I don't think we'll be able to get them in January. I think there's someone we'd have to wait to the summer to get, because a lot of clubs won't want to sell in January as well. But if Juventus don't get top 4, easy Vlahovic move if we get top 4. But I think what United will probably end up doing is seeing that Gakpo's available for around 30 million because of PSV's financial situation. We could get someone like Cody Gakpo for 30 million. And I think United will go, okay, we've lost Ronaldo. We've got absolutely no depth in attack. While Cody Gakpo's a winger, he can play centre forward. He's got absolutely crazy stats. Sancho's not playing well. Anthony's injured. Rashford has a weird injury record. Martial has a weird injury record. Garnacho's still raw. I think I could see United going for Gakpo to replace Ronaldo. And then maybe in the summer they get a midfielder and a long-term striker to compete with Martial. But I could see someone like Gakpo because he's going to be available for 30, 40 million. I know from David Ornstein saying that, if Ronaldo leaves, Man United have the money to buy someone because of the money it saves them wages. We know that from Ornstein, we know that from Romano. If Ronaldo leaves, Manchester United will be looking for a solution in January. And I'm going to say it now. Clip this, record this if you want, okay? I'm going to say this now. Man United need a striker to replace Ronaldo. Will A, Manchester United go all out and sign Vlahovic, Osimhen or Kane? Or B, will Manchester United do what they did when they got Odi and Igalo a few years ago and go and sign Choupo-Moting? I put money on this. Ronaldo goes to Bayern Munich and Choupo-Moting comes to Manchester United. It's the 15th of November. We have been linked to Mbappe, Kane, Osimhen, Toney and Vlahovic today by good journalists because Ronaldo called the Glazers out yesterday. This is all a PR spin. Gakpo, watch Man United not go for him even though Ten Hag wants him, and watch Manchester United sell Ronaldo and end up with Choupo-Moting, because I tell you this now, we are not signing a 100 million striker in January. United will sign a bang average 33-year-old striker to just be back up to Martial for a year, and because Martial always gets injured, our starting striker will probably be Choupo-Moting. You can clip that, you can come back to that, because if we do sign Osimhen, I fucking love it, and you can say you were wrong. But I would not put it past Manchester United one bit to actively just get rid of Ronaldo. He'll go to Bayern and Choupo-Moting go the other way. Because I tell you what, that is what Man United will do. That's 100% what United will do. People say Bayern don't want Ronaldo. However, other sources are saying that Bayern Munich want to sign Ronaldo in January. And by the way, guys, it was said by Chris Wheeler, and I will get into the live chat in just a second. It was said by Chris Wheeler that apparently last week Bayern Munich officials flew to England to hold talks with Cristiano Ronaldo and agent George Mendes about a potential switch in January. Now, another source came out and said that Bayern is not interested in Ronaldo and Bayern hasn't had talks about Ronaldo. And it's really difficult to honestly talk about this situation because I think it's the sense of half the sources are saying no one wants Ronaldo. Simon Stone came out and said the only club that wanted Ronaldo in the summer was the Saudi club. A lot of sources coming out saying no one really wants Ronaldo. only the Saudi clubs want Ronaldo. But then other sources coming out that are also good sources are saying that Ronaldo had a lot of options and United forced him to stay. And I think Ronaldo will probably reveal the truth in the interview. I think, Ronaldo will probably say really what happened in the interview. But I don't know what's gone on. I don't know, because good journalists say that only the Saudis wanted Man United, but also other good journalists are saying that, lots of clubs wanted Ronaldo. So I don't know. I don't know what to believe. But I do know that Ronaldo's contract is getting terminated. And what else I know is that everyone's saying Ronaldo's going to Chelsea. Remember, there was news that Ronaldo had a pre-agreement to go to Chelsea with Todd Boehly. The thing is, Graham Potter does not want Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's to Liverpool or Man City. They do not want him. There's a lot of teams that won't want Ronaldo. I think PSG, Bayern, Sporting, or an MLS side are the ones that potentially go for Ronaldo. I don't think there's a Champions League club. I don't think there's many Champions League clubs that actually want Ronaldo, because they might see him as a disruption as well. United should go for Toney in January and then Osimhen in the summer. I think Ivan Toney is the most realistic out of Ten Hag striker targets in January. Give us Gravenberch. I mean, I think he'd improve us in the midfield. I think United do need a midfielder. I say summer midfielder and all of that as well. And think about it. What players would make us challenge for the title? De Jong, Osimhen, Diogo Costa, and then some backup in Bruno's role and some backup in Delo's role for depth. Potentially Gakpo, because I don't know what's going on with Sancho at the moment. But let's get into some other stories as well. We will get into the Harry Kane news. We will get into what Fabrizio Romano said. I'm going to get into what Fabrizio Romano said, and then I'm going to get into the news that Ronaldo's contract has been terminated, and then I'll get into the Kane and Osimhen news. So we've got so much to get through in today's live stream, and then I actually want to touch on Anthony's video and that as well. But I want to get into the main things Fabrizio Romano said. I will read out everything Romano said, but I want to get into the main points. So Romano obviously went on the United stand yesterday and said Manchester United know they need to find another striker. They can't get by with just Martial up front. So Fabrizio Romano's confirmed United know that United need to sign a striker. And Fabrizio Romano said this, and it's refreshing when it comes from Fabrizio Romano, because we all know Fabrizio Romano is trustworthy. Fabrizio Romano says, I can see Man United going for a striker in January. After this Cristiano Ronaldo story, Man United will be busy looking for a striker. A week ago, I could sit here and say Man United weren't going to do anything in January, maybe a backup right back if Wan-Bissaka left, because we know that Wan-Bissaka was set to go to Crystal Palace. But now it's coming out via Mr. Fabrizio Romano that he can see Manchester United going for a striker in January after this Ronaldo story, and he thinks it could be a busy window for United. I think a week ago, United weren't signing anyone in January. They were going to keep Ronaldo here. They were going to assume it was going to calm down with Ten Hag. And I think Wan-Bissaka might have gone, or we might have got Frimpong. But I think now Ronaldo's gone. He is gone, guys. It's not confirmed yet, but from sources we know he's gone, and we'll get into that in a second. And I think it will be the striker hunt. Now, I still think we'll sign Choupo-Moting. We haven't been linked to Choupo-Moting in the last few days. We've been linked to £100 million strikers. I think the Glazers will link us to a load of £100 million strikers, wait for it to die down, and go and spend 10 million on Choupo-Moting or some 33-year-old. But one of the players that was touched upon via Fabrizio Romano, via on the United Stand event on the United Stand yesterday on their YouTube channel, and he said Dusan Vlahovic is still an important player at Juventus 1 year after signing him for around 80 million euros, which is like 66 million pounds, I think. So a deal in January would be difficult. We know Man United want Vlahovic. We know Man United want Osimhen, and we know Man United want Toney. We know Osimhen will not happen in January unless we give them like 500 million because Napoli are top of the league. We know Dusan Vlahovic will be very difficult unless he particularly wanted or forced the move via Romano. I think Ivan Toney is the only one that we could possibly do. I think we'd have to overpay for. I think Harry Kane, there's potential there, but I don't think Spurs will sell him to us because we're a top four rival. Spurs want top four. And then the other one being Mbappe. Mbappe wants out of PSG, but I don't see Mbappe wanting to come to United. While United could pay Mbappe's wages, and while Ronaldo wants PSG want Ronaldo, and the world would love Mbappe at United in the sense of Mbappe versus Haaland, and then Ronaldo and Messi can be on the same team. I have a feeling from using my brain that Mbappe doesn't want to go to Manchester United. Believe it or not, I don't know why, but let's be real. I mean, I don't think, but Romano did talk about Vlahovic. He said it would be a difficult deal to do. Romano did speak about the right-back situation, which I will quickly address, and then I will get into the big news, which I haven't actually discussed yet. And he said that Jeremy Frimpong is not an easy deal in January, but not impossible. Leverkusen want to keep him, but a proposal of 20 million could change that. I think sell Wan-Bissaka, 20 million for Frimpong. That needs to be done. That's what Ten Hag wants to happen as well. But I want to get into what Fabrizio Romano's had to say on the situation regarding Ronaldo and Ronaldo's future at United. Romano spoke about how Ten Hag feels about Ronaldo. And more PR spin, Tony Kane, Osimhen, Vlahovic, even Mbappe will end up signing no one. I think we'll sign someone. I just think we'll sign someone shit. But I think it's a PR spin. Guys, do you think this Mbappe Osimhen news? I know it's come out from a reliable journalist, but do you think it's a PR spin because pressure's on the Glazers? There's that young MLS striker we're linked to. Their season is over. Could be one for the future. Definitely. I mean, maybe United will go for a young striker, but I do think we need a striker for the now. But I'd rather us go for a young one than one in their 30s, because I think in the past we've gone for a lot of strikers in their 30s. And with Martial as your top striker, it's like playing with 10 men. Man's either injured or invisible. Martial can be good, but he's not consistent. But I think Martial's the kind of guy you want as your second choice number 9, not your first as well. And K2 Young says Mbappe, no thank you. He won't switch. The Champions League is over, especially with PSG in the race. Yeah, I agree. I think because the Champions League, Mbappe won't switch. I know he doesn't like Neymar and Messi. But he has so much power at PSG. He's in the Champions League and he wins trophies. I don't know what would make Mbappe come to United. I know Mbappe is actually a Ronaldo fan, but so maybe his favourite English club's Man United. His favourite player growing up was Ronaldo. But yeah, I don't believe the Mbappe to Manchester United news as well. Do you think United would sign Harry Kane? I doubt it because of Tottenham being top 4 rivals as well. And we couldn't afford him. Mbappe is more disruptive as well. But let's carry on to what Fabrizio Romano said as well. Fabrizio Romano spoke about Erik ten Hag and Cristiano Ronaldo's relationship. I think this is really interesting, people, so let me dive into this as well. Fabrizio Romano said this: there was respect with Cristiano Ronaldo and Erik ten Hag. They kept things quiet to keep a positive feeling at the club. The interview in particular, the content of the interview took Ten Hag by surprise. He said Ten Hag was kind of shocked by the content of the interview. He wasn't expecting Ronaldo to go in on him like that. Romano said, from what he's told, the point of the interview was not the plan. I'm going to the club, and that Ronaldo did not tell the club he was going to do the interview. Fabrizio Romano said that while Napoli's manager likes Ronaldo, he's not interested in buying him. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Chelsea are uninterested in buying Ronaldo. And Fabrizio Romano said, this is what happens when a top player at a top club is involved in a situation when they know it can't continue. This is a big mistake from both sides. And in Romano's opinion, he said it's a big mistake from both sides and that United must and probably will go and find another striker to obviously play alongside Martial, because we cannot rely on Martial as well. But obviously, the breaking news is that Manchester United are ready to rip up Cristiano Ronaldo's contract. And obviously, Erik ten Hag came and spoke out about this. I did a quick TikTok on this, but I'm going to go and fill you in with this information in about 60 seconds. That Erik ten Hag believes Manchester United can be stronger without the distractions to come with Cristiano Ronaldo, and has informed the board he doesn't take a dim view with his departure. Erik ten Hag making it very, very clear he does not want Ronaldo to the board. Erik ten Hag believes that Ronaldo has gone too far, people, and this is what else he's told the board via Rob Dawson of ESPN. Erik ten Hag believes Cristiano Ronaldo has gone too far this time out. The Dutchman has made it clear to the board that Ronaldo should no longer play for Manchester United. Ten Hag's stance is very clear on the situation, very strong discipline from Erik ten Hag, and he strongly believes that basically Ronaldo should not play for Manchester United. We'll do a video tomorrow on Ten Hag's reactions, but we know one thing. If you're wondering why Man United haven't released an official statement about Ronaldo's contract being terminated or anything, Manchester United are waiting till Thursday when the full interview comes out and all the facts come out to make their decision. From what we've seen in the trailers and the bits that have been released by Piers Morgan, it's enough for Manchester United to sack Ronaldo, but United obviously want to wait for the context. And what's being reported by reliable journalists is Ten Hag and Man United are completely done with Ronaldo. They're ready to rip up his contract, and they're going to make the decision once the full interview comes out. So I think right now it's all about waiting for the full interview to come out before Ronaldo probably gets his contract ripped up. And the sad thing is, we know Ronaldo's played his last game for United. We know that Ronaldo can't come back because it's disrupting for Ten Hag, it's disrupting for the squad. We know that Ronaldo won't want to come back. And we know that Ronaldo's played his last game for Manchester United, which is sad stuff as a Ronaldo fan as well. Ralf Rangnick was asked about Ronaldo's comments on him, and Ralf Rangnick didn't want to respond to Ronaldo's comments on him. I don't think Ralf Rangnick really cares as well. Bruno did say the moment between him and Ronaldo was a joke, and that there's no beef going on with Bruno and Ronaldo as well. And Piers Morgan says there will be new stunning revelations from Ronaldo's bombshell interview released at 10 p.m. tonight, people. So Piers Morgan says expect even more tonight. So this is the thing, it's not over yet. We've had, Ronaldo talk shit on Ten Hag, Ronaldo talk shit on the board saying he feels betrayed and unwanted at United. Then Ronaldo slams the Glazers and Rooney yesterday. And Piers Morgan is saying even more new revelations are coming out today. So I think what's going to come out tonight, by the sounds of it, and we will do a video on this tonight. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe, because I will do a video on what comes out tonight. But I'm getting the impression from what I'm hearing that what comes out tonight is probably going to be what really went down in the summer transfer window, why Ronaldo didn't get his move, did he want his move, what happened with the board. I think interesting things are going to come out tonight, really interesting things. I wouldn't be surprised as well. But I want to get into some of the main quotes from the Ronaldo interview yesterday. I do really want to get into that and discuss that and discuss your guys' opinion on that as well. So what we'll do actually is we will go over, we're going to go, because I know United Plug will tweet the quotes. United Plug always tweet things. United Plug. Let's go over to United Plug, because they always keep us up to date on the news. Too much news, because I'm going to have to scroll down ages as well. They've just tweeted now, Wayne Rooney is bemused by Cristiano Ronaldo's criticism. Rooney has always maintained Ronaldo is one of the world's two best players, but at his age and at the size of Man United, he has accepted the situation and do not expect to play every minute. And to be fair, I'm going to stick up for Wayne Rooney here. Ronaldo's comments on Wayne Rooney were particularly unnecessary, because Wayne Rooney didn't exactly go in on Ronaldo. Wayne Rooney said Ronaldo is one of the two greatest players to ever play football, but he's getting to that age where he can't play any minute of every game, so I understand why Ten Hag benches him. And that's why Ronaldo's gone in on Wayne Rooney. And I think it's a complete overreaction as well. But if we scroll right down to this, big up Maguire. We scroll right down. I'm trying to find the news here. So this is what was said yesterday, people. Cristiano Ronaldo came out and he said the Glazers do not care. Do not care. He's releasing bits. Guys, keep smashing the like button. And the fact that Ronaldo was benched says it all. Benching him is disrespecting himself to get the message across in the Erik Ten Hag interview. I get that Ronaldo feels disrespected being on the bench, but statistically, we have been a better team when Ronaldo's not played, because we've averaged more points per game. And then when Ronaldo plays, I don't think United look as good. I love Ronaldo, and he was our best player last season. He scored 24 goals across the Champions League and Premier League, didn't take that many penalties compared to Bruno, who missed half his penalties. And Ronaldo absolutely carried us last season. But in Ten Hag's system's very much about link-up play, dropping deep, connecting. Ronaldo does not 100% suit it, and Martial suits it better. And while Ronaldo is better than Martial, I don't think Ten Hag wants to change his whole system to fit in Ronaldo, which Ronaldo can consider disrespectful. But Ten Hag is like, I'm doing a rebuild. I've got a 37-year-old here that doesn't want to be here, that doesn't suit my style. I want to do someone that's here for the future. So it goes both ways, in the sense that Ronaldo deserves more respect for what he did last season at Manchester United, but at the same time, I do think we're better this season without Ronaldo, and people won't like me for that as well. Cristiano Ronaldo said he's never spoke to the Glazers because they give all the power to the president. And Cristiano says that the Glazers have changed Manchester United into a marketing club, and the fans deserve to know the truth, which is absolutely spot on. The fans have turned Man United into a marketing club. Yash says Rooney is our club legend, unselfish player who always played for the team. Rooney had some controversial moments, but I think what Ronaldo said on Wayne Rooney is absolutely unacceptable, because Wayne Rooney barely even went in on Ronaldo as well. And Steve says, any player who left the stadium twice, I would want away from my team. And I think, yeah, I'm with Ten Hag on banning Ronaldo, because he refused to come on and walked away twice as well. And with one interview, 1,000 minutes and 3 goals and 1 assist, I missed some stats as well. Yeah, Ronaldo's not played much, but when he has played, he has been given chances. He hasn't been good. Like, if Ronaldo was Donny van de Beek under Ollie, I'd sit there clapping him. If Ronaldo was treated like Donny under Ollie, I would sit there clapping Ronaldo. But I don't think Ten Hag's treated Ronaldo badly. He's been benched, but I think fairly benched. There's only 2 games where I actually sat there and said Ronaldo should have started over Rashford. But I think he's been fairly benched because he hasn't been particularly good. Then he's caused issues in training, so like Ten Hag has a right to bench him there. And then Ten Hag plays him for quite a few games in a row, gives him captaincy, and then he leaves early and storms off. And then whenever we're winning, he seems to have a hissy fit. As much as I love Ronaldo, I do think that when he says Ten Hag's disrespected him, I think respect goes both ways. I know that Ronaldo's way bigger than Ten Hag, but like for me, it doesn't matter how big you are. I always say respect goes two ways. You like if you just have to respect people, even if you don't feel they respect you. I just think respect goes both ways. And I think Ten Hag showed some respect by never chatting shit about him. He never did. He always protected Ronaldo in interviews. He banned him fairly. And maybe Ronaldo feels like he hung him out to dry, telling everyone he refused to come on and making him look bad. Maybe that's what upset Ronaldo. But I always think, in my opinion, that Ten Hag has treated Ronaldo quite fairly, giving him captaincy as well. But that's just my opinion as well. And this is not an interview. It's one full talking shit. A lot of people do not like the Ronaldo interview. I mean, I was disappointed with him because it's Piers Morgan. A lot of people saying the worst part about the Ronaldo interview is he called Piers Morgan a friend. And he's an absolute knobhead, isn't he? But to be fair, I don't really have... Look, this is my... We haven't seen the full Ronaldo interview, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. My thoughts on the Ronaldo interview is this. I like the parts about the Glazers, about the board. I like that he's calling out the board. I love it. I love the drama. But I know the reasoning behind him calling out the board is for his own game, not because he's doing it because, because he wants to call out the board. It's to get his moves for his own thing. And I think the comments on Rooney were unnecessary and the comments on Ten Hag were unacceptable. But if you took away the comments on Rooney and Ten Hag, I think it would be the best fucking interview ever. That's my opinion. I'm not bothered about the Ronaldo interview. Fans are absolutely outraged by it. I think it's unprofessional, but I'm not that bothered because that means Ronaldo leaves and we probably get a striker in January, which I think is what's best for United anyway. Ronaldo obviously went on Wayne Rooney saying they're not my friends, they're not my colleagues, we play together, we're not going to have dinner together. Bit bitter. They barely criticised them. I think that's a bit bitter from Ronaldo. And Ronaldo said the fans are right about the Glazers. The fans are always right. They deserve the truth. And this is the highlight of the interview. I've always said this, people. Ronaldo calling out the Glazers publicly is the biggest figure in the sport. Calling out the owners publicly puts all the attention on the Glazers and will put the Glazers under pressure and put the Glazers in a situation as well. Wayne Rooney has said that he's not going to speak on the Ronaldo matter publicly and has no animosity towards his teammate as well. And Wayne Rooney is refusing to comment on the Ronaldo situation, but he's a bit confused with the criticism because he didn't really critique Ronaldo that much as well. So Wayne Rooney being very quiet on it. And I will say this, I don't think you should have gone in on Wayne Rooney, and I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't have gone in on Wayne Rooney. One, the Wayne Rooney comment wasn't that deep, so I'm not sure why he was too butthurt. But his son is in the Manchester United Academy playing with Wayne Rooney's son. Like, my thought process is, your son is friends with Wayne Rooney's son, and Wayne Rooney's son and your son are going to know you said this about Wayne Rooney, and it's just not nice for his kid. There's two 13-year-old kids that are friends, and their dads are beefing publicly. Like that's what I don't like about the Rooney comment, if I'm being honest. I just think, well, that's not fair on your son, because I know he's probably going to change academies now because you're leaving United. But he's friends with Wayne Rooney's son, and I think that's going to cause an issue with their friendship. Like Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney's son are reportedly best friends in training. So that's the only thing. I actually think it's not nice for his son. I think he could have left that out, and I think that's what Rooney's doing. I don't think Rooney's commenting on it because it's realised it's his son's best friend's dad. If I was 13 and my best friend and our dads were beefing, I'd be really upset. I'd be like, can I be friends with this? I would, and that's what I don't actually like about the Ronaldo comment. Are people really going to side with a squad that has thrown several managers under the bus and Erik ten Hag, the fraud? It says Christian, and who the fuck if Ronaldo's being a twat? Alice is red, and since Ten Hag has taken over, you can't say it's boring. You tell you what, James, you make a good point here, James. Ten Hag's come to United and they've given him a ride. So that sounds a bit wrong, but they've taken him for a ride. That's a better way to say it. He's come to United. He comes to United and he's like, oh my God, this place is a shit show. He's hearing all the leaks, all the beefs. He comes to United, he watches us get battered by Crystal Palace. He sees all the leaks, all the beef coming out. All these players go on free contracts, toxicity FC. Then he gets to United, he goes on pre-season tour. Bit of drama on pre-season tour, but not much. Pre-season tour was relaxed. There was the Ronaldo drama on pre-season tour. Is he coming? Is he not coming? But he's on pre-season tour. He said he wanted all his new signings to come on pre-season tour. He only had one signing come on pre-season tour because the board failed him, despite him telling them I want Antony in April. Man United waited till August to get Antony and happily just played twice the price because they're twats. But anyway, he comes back from pre-season tour. Eriksen and Sandro Martinez join up. We start the season with 3 signings, one being a free, one being a backup left back, and one being a centre back. And centre back wasn't even a priority. The priority was always striker and midfielder. So he goes, Manchester United go into the first game of the season having to play fucking McFred, and surprise, surprise, they lose. We get battered in the second game of the season, 4-0 Brentford, and here comes the riot. Glazers out, Glazers out. The world goes mad. Within a few months of being at United, he's had media turn on him, PR spins, dressing room leaks coming out after the loss. It was a wild ride. He gets battered. There's leaks. He's in the responsive United drama, and he's having to deal with the board that are failing him miserably in the transfer window. Went to Barcelona to get De Jong, didn't get De Jong. Went to Turin to get Rabiot, didn't get Rabiot, and he probably sat there thinking, what the fuck is this board? They are freaking useless. And then things start going well. Casemiro comes in, Antony comes in. Then Ronaldo refuses to come on. Then Ronaldo leaves the stadium early. He's got to deal with a player disciplinary issue. He's had to deal with a few of them at Ajax. Ten Hag thinks this is normal. There's the Glazers out. There's the Glazers out. Ten Hag probably thinks, they fucking hate their owners, and I don't blame them. And then all of a sudden, Ronaldo fucks off, doesn't turn up to the Fulham game, says he's ill, and releases this interview. Bish, bash, bosh. This has never happened in football. Never. There's players that release interviews after they leave a club. There's players that will say controversial things like Paul Pogba. But never, ever has a player who's still been contracted by Manchester United, especially a player the size of Ronaldo, that has the impact and implication that Ronaldo would have, has come out publicly and slandered Manchester United, slandered the managers and slandered the Glazers. It's never, ever happened in football. And Erik ten Hag's thinking he's gone through it all and it's been a bit stressful. Then sees the biggest player in world football call him lack of respect, and all the hate in the world is going on Erik ten Hag from the Ronaldo fanboys. And I tell you what, Man United are taking Erik ten Hag for a ride. And I just want to say, Ten Hag, welcome to Manchester United. We are not a football club. We are a reality TV show. We are Drama FC. You've had your induction to Manchester United. It's a wild ride. Welcome to Manchester United, Erik ten Hag. It is crazy here, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy at Manchester United as well. And Mark says it's wrong what he's done. And of course, we can disagree with his statements on Erik ten Hag, but accept responsibility for being shit fans and promoting hate. I don't think Ronaldo should be getting as much hate as he is, even though, the motivation behind calling out the Glazers, I don't think was for the best reasons as well. As David says, like, subscribe and share as well. But, I have to say, he's had a difficult ride, Ten Hag. We've not made it easy for him as well. Piers Morgan, despite his Simon Cowell type personality, is generally a decent guy, and I'm glad CR7 did this with him. Says, easy Chris. I never thought I'd see a comment like that on my live stream. You're the first person I've seen to say that as well. So yeah, and remember Paul Pogba. I never thought Paul Pogba was that much of an issue. I think Mino Raiola was an issue as well. And as Diego says, for the best Manchester United news, please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football as well. And Manchester United on Netflix would be a drama/comedy show. I tell you what, Man United need a Netflix series more than any other team. There's no team that needs. Mate, Amazon, if Amazon had done a series on Manchester United last season, I think they would be absolutely raking it in if Amazon did a series on Man United last season. I think there would be. I think imagine an Amazon doing a series on Man United this season, like the behind the scenes of Ten Hag's reaction on the plane to what Ronaldo's done. It would have been absolutely crazy stuff as well. Apparently tonight, Ronaldo is going to talk about what happened in the summer, talk about Gary Neville and more. I do want to get into some more bits and pieces as well. But what I will say is Erik ten Hag I don't think Erik ten Hag's done anything super disrespectful. I want to say there are some statistics coming out about how United are like with and without Ronaldo that I will get into. But I want to get into this where Ronaldo spits facts. He said he joined Manchester United because he wants what's best for United. He joined because he wanted to, win trophies at United. We know he said that you have some things inside the club that do not help Manchester reach the top level. Absolute facts from Cristiano Ronaldo. Absolute facts. And this is why, and I have to say, I have no issue with the Ronaldo interview purely for the fact that he's called out the Glazers. I fucking love it. I love the drama. I love that he's called out the Glazers, but I think calling out Ten Hag was unacceptable as well. It's Amazon doing a comedy on Man United. We would be a comedy. This is the thing, like, if they've had to, like, you know how they have to put a genre next to a movie like horror, they definitely put comedy next to one on Man United, because right now we are comedy FC. I want to get into some interesting statistics, but I will get through the main quotes as well. He goes on Rooney here. He said he wants what's best for the club. I don't know. He speaks about Rooney being jealous of him as well. There's obviously this video where it looks like Bruno hates Ronaldo, but apparently he doesn't. So that's it. And there's obviously the news that Ronaldo held talks with Bayern Munich. But I want to get into some interesting information. There's some news coming out about Ronaldo's contract being terminated, so we will get into that in a second. But Sky Sports have released some stats about Manchester United's playing style with and without Ronaldo. So with Ronaldo is blue, without Ronaldo is red. And as you can see, when we play with Ronaldo, it's more crosses, we have more final third passes, and we have more touches in the opposition's box. But when we play without Ronaldo, we have a lot more fast breaks, we have a lot more goals, we have a lot more expected goals, we have a lot more shots on target. So I think as a team we play better without Ronaldo, but in the final third we play better with Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo, he'll be in the box where Rashford won't always be. I think, in the final third, we're better with Ronaldo because he's an actual striker that knows what he's doing. But in terms of link-up play, it seems we're better without Ronaldo, whereas in the box, I think we're better with Ronaldo as well. But I want to get into the other statistic, if I can find it here. These are the statistics of Man United with and without Ronaldo starting. And as you can see, we've only got a 25% win ratio when Ronaldo starts compared to 70% when he doesn't start. We average 2 points per game when he doesn't start compared to 1 point per game when he does start. We average less goals when Ronaldo starts compared to when he doesn't start. Overall, we seem to be better when Ronaldo doesn't play according to statistics as well. And this, obviously, I love Ronaldo. You guys know I love Ronaldo, but I do think he doesn't suit Erik ten Hag ball. And I do understand that Erik ten Hag benches him simply, even if it's disrespectful as well. Someone said Ten Hag doesn't love Manchester United because he doesn't love Ronaldo. I disagree. I think Ten Hag is in the midst of a rebuild, and I still say to this day, I think Ten Hag is generally doing what he thinks is best for Manchester United. Now, I've got some more news to get into. There's some news on Osimhen to Manchester United. There's also some really big news on Kane to Manchester United. I say really big. I don't really think that we will be getting Kane and we will be getting Osimhen, but I want to get into Manchester United's statements, and I want to get into what Ten Hag specifically said as well. But obviously, I don't know if you saw this, guys, earlier in the live stream, but this is what Erik ten Hag has had to say regarding the Ronaldo situation. Erik ten Hag has told Manchester United bosses that Ronaldo should not play for Manchester United again. And Erik ten Hag believes that Ronaldo has gone too far, and the Dutchman's made it clear to the board Ronaldo should not play again. And Erik ten Hag believes that Man United will be stronger without the distractions of Ronaldo, and that Manchester United are actively seeking a move for Cristiano Ronaldo in the summer window, and Man United will, in the January window, and will not demand a fee. And it has been said by Neil Curtis that Manchester United are ready to rip up Ronaldo's contracts, and more information coming out from other good journalists saying that United will wait until the full interview's out on Thursday to gather all the facts and make a decision as well. But it's very, very interesting, and I do think on Thursday Ronaldo's contract will be bish, bash, bosh, gone. But Wayne Rooney is bemused by Ronaldo's criticism of him, as we've said, but Rooney will refuse to comment on the situation. But as you can see, the contract could be getting terminated, my people. Will you do World Cup live for some of the games, but not all, because a lot of them are like 10 a.m. and 1 o'clock kickoffs. I won't be around to do that. Maybe some days I could maybe do 1 o'clock. But obviously, like England, Iran, 1 o'clock during the day, like I won't be around. So it depends really. I will do some watch-alongs for some of the evening games, but I can't do watch-alongs for all the games because I just physically won't be around, which is obviously annoying. If it was in the summer, I would be, because I don't have uni or other work projects to do, and I could just do all the watch-alongs. But that's the annoying thing about the World Cup being in the winter, is I've got loads of work to do and stuff, and I'm not at home. No one is on Ronaldo for what he said about the Glazers, the pops that Rooney, Ten Hag, Ragnick, and even the chefs that were bang out of order, plus the victim mentality. I agree with SM. I think you make a good point there. I think you make a good point there, and I think it's a breach of contract as well. And Ronaldo knew, as David said, Ronaldo knew how United was being run. Why did he come back? Very smart point there from David. I think he generally saw that we came second and thought we could win the league. And I think some of us were naive and thought, oh, we came second last season. Varane, Sancho win, Ronaldo win. We could win the league, even though we had McFred. And I do think that's why he came back. But I think, the motivations behind the Ronaldo interview, I think, is because he's salty. But I do like that he's called out the Glazers, and I do really hope that the focus from this interview can go on to the Glazers. And although what he said on Ten Hag and Rooney is unacceptable, I would just absolutely love it if we can just get as much attention as we can on the Glazers out movement, because for me, the most important message that we could take from this is just Glazers out, Glazers out, Glazers out. All I want is the Glazers out. Bish, bash, freaking bosh as well. World Cup. Honestly, I'll start singing World Cup, World Cup, World Cup. I think Ronaldo had a conversation with the board, got completely ignored, turned to the fans. Worst case scenario, if CR7 leaves, everything at the club stays the same. I think if Ronaldo leaves, we won't all of a sudden win the league or anything like that. We've got to be realistic. There are some idiot fans thinking, oh, Ronaldo's the sole problem. If Ronaldo leaves, Man United will win trophies again. No, that's not the fucking case. You know, we need about 6 players to leave and about 6 new players to join for us to actually win anything. But yes, I want to talk a bit more about some of the news and transfer news coming out, people. Some really interesting things as well about players joining Manchester United. Harry Kane and Victor Osimhen news as well. And I'm going to say before I even show you the news, as I said at the beginning of the video, remember, whenever the Glazers are under pressure, we get linked to 1 million players. Ronaldo's called out the Glazers the next day. Osimhen is also on United's radar and is more attainable than January target Kylian Mbappe, but Mbappe would be the dream signing. We've been told that Osimhen and Kylian Mbappe are on United's January radar. The day after the Glazers are under pressure, PR spin. You know, we say CR7, the Glazers are PR7. I'll tell you that now. He also said that United are interested in signing Harry Kane, and he also said that Manchester United know Europe's top clubs will be in the market for a striker next summer and are therefore primed to march their rivals for moving for their number 9 in January itself. So United want to get, apparently United are interested in getting a big number 9 in January to save them some time in the summer. I'd love that. I hope it's true, but I know the Glazers. I know what the Glazers do, and I know that if there was no comments on the Glazers yesterday, I feel like we wouldn't have seen any of this news, and I think it's a PR spin. However, I have to say the Anthony interview is class. Have you guys seen the Anthony interview quotes? I actually just love a player with Anthony's mentality here as well. Let me get it up for you. My boy Anthony. The one-liners. He says, I would elastico the drug dealers, rainbow the bus drivers, nutmeg the thieves, and I really didn't give an F. With the ball at my feet, I had no fear. I absolutely love Anthony's interview. I don't know if you've seen it, and I wanted to talk something more positive as well. I know, where's the other bit of the Anthony interview that was really good, or have they not played it as well? And this is it. He said, Anthony said, the media always ask you about your dreams. Champions League, World Cup, Ballon d'Or. Those are not my dreams. Those are goals. My dreams are to take my parents out of favela. There was no plan B. I was going to make it or die trying. And he basically speaks about like where he grew up and how bad it was and how he's got his family out of that state as well. Joe Rogan killed in car crash. Who is Joe Rogan? Who is Joe Rogan? That sounds really familiar. Joe Rogan. Who is that? Are you sure he's killed in a car crash? Because there's nothing on Twitter. There's nothing on Twitter. I might have someone trolling. I don't actually know who that is, but he's got 9.7 million followers. So I believe he's probably famous. I'm assuming he's famous. Is this like fake news? I'm actually just being nosy now. Joe Rogan. I don't think he's been killed in a car crash, but I don't know. I don't know who that is. I feel like everyone's going to be like, how do you not know who that is? He's got 9 million followers. Not a clue, people. Not a clue as well. Anthony interviews, it's all in Brazilian, so people have obviously translated the quotes and put it in English as well. And none of these players will be available in January. Sesko, Tony, Jonathan, David will be better. They're probably more attainable in January as well. And why did Ronaldo come back when he must have seen the protest against the Glazers? I don't know, 500 grand a week. I generally believe, and I'll say, look, you know, I actually do believe that Ronaldo probably came back because Juventus were in a worse place than Man United because we'd come second in the Premier League and we had a good season under Ollie. And we'd brought Sancho and Varane. I generally think if you're Cristiano Ronaldo, you'd think United was in a good place. I stupidly thought United was in a really good place when we signed Sancho and Varane, and I thought we were CDM away from challenging. I actually thought the United squad was that good because we came second under Ollie. And you know, whilst Ronaldo knew the owners, he thought, you know, the team he loved and grew up with playing in the Premier League, the best league in the world, in the Champions League, coming second, thinking, oh, maybe I could join them, we could win the league and win them their first league title in 13 years. I generally think that was Ronaldo's thought process. Like I actually generally do. Conor Cahill said Ronaldo's career as a Man United player, Harvey Dent was so right. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. That's a very good quote there from Conor Cahill. And maybe he's almost made himself become a villain. He should have never come back because people say he's ruined his legacy. For me, I grew up watching Ronaldo and seeing how good Ronaldo was. That for me, I don't think he could ruin his legacy. And Joe Rogan is a commentator on UFC. I don't watch UFC, but I feel he's probably famous in America. There's a lot of people in Britain that no one in America. There's a lot of people in Britain that no one in America know, like football people. There's a lot of people in America that I feel like no one in Britain knows. And CR7's an absolute little bitch. They did this World Cup so they can make all the money in the world. Also, are you in college? Because I might be the same age. Yeah, I'm at uni, college, whatever you call it, as well. Joe Rogan car crash is fake news. He's fine. I love how we're in a live stream talking about Ronaldo, and then we start talking about some American man that's famous. Like, it's just the craziness of the world, people. Look, I will wrap up the live stream in 5 minutes, by the way. But should we have a look at the Mbappe poll? Shall we look at the Mbappe poll? I'm not saying Mbappe's coming to Manchester United. I'm not saying that Manchester United are going to sign Mbappe, but I am saying let's go and have a look at this Mbappe poll, because I'm interested to see your thoughts. If you have joined and you want to know the Mbappe news, my honest, pure opinion is I don't think Man United are going to sign Mbappe. I think it's a PR spin, but 65% of you are saying no to Mbappe. 65% of you are saying no to Mbappe. Really, I'm shocked by that. Apparently, Gary Neville's tweeted. Gary Neville. What's G Neville said? Apparently he tweeted. Cristiano Ronaldo hits out at Gary Neville, accusing him of using him for fame. Gary Neville just doesn't give a fuck. He just responds like that. I don't think Gary Neville even said much about Ronaldo. I don't think he did. Apparently. But, I think it'd be interesting to see Carragher and Neville respond to this, people. It'll be really, really interesting. I'm just seeing if any news has come out. England have just landed in Doha. Marcus Rashford to be the man of the World Cup, people. I really hope Marcus Rashford has a good World Cup as well. Let's get 300 likes. Please do smash the like button. Yeah, we've had like 6,000 viewers this whole live stream, and we've only got 180 likes. So I don't know what you people are doing, but you're not hitting the like button. If you hate the Glazers, you've got to hit the like button. So I expect a lot of you to hit the like button. I'll tell you that now. Before we get into our final story, we are going to get into the final story of the video now because she's been waffling. Alice has been waffling a bit, but there's a few things to get into as well. Obviously, Manchester United are considering the manner of Ronaldo's departure and whether they should sack him or terminate his contract. But right now, it's being said that United are looking at legal ways to terminate his contract. And also, if you've just joined and you want to hear the Mbappe news that I do not believe, but we will show you for the sake of the video, I've done something wrong. Oh, there, we'll just go on to this. The leaders of Manchester United stand with Erik in the Cristiano Ronaldo matter, and they believe that the team is better without him. So this is just some breaking news that the Manchester United players seemingly be taking Ten Hag's side over Ronaldo. And for me, I think that confirms probably the end of Ronaldo at United. I love Ronaldo, but it's better if he doesn't come back because there's going to be frictions in the squad. I don't think some of the players want him back. I know Erik Ten Hag doesn't want him back. And I think if Ronaldo doesn't come back, despite me not trusting the Glazers to get an appropriate January replacement, and we could be in a worse position, especially as with a game every 3 days after the World Cup, it's physically impossible to just rely on Martial as our only striker post-World Cup. Like, there's no way United can rely on Martial as the only striker post-World Cup, which United will do. I think for me, it is time that Ronaldo goes, but we must, and I say must, and this is a must for Manchester United, which means they won't sign a striker, people. We must do it. But big up everybody watching today's live stream as well. Kobe Mainoo will be developed into a class midfielder, plus United should sell Van der Beek and get Gravenberch on loan to Scums. Potentially, but I want to thank everyone who tuned into today's live stream. I will be back live tomorrow with some more updates on this. There'll be a video tonight because Ronaldo's going to reveal even more things tonight on Piers Morgan. There's going to be a video tonight, people. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe because Ronaldo's going to drop another bomb tonight. We're going to react to that tonight, so make sure you're subscribed. There's going to be a video tomorrow morning, and then there'll be a live stream this time tomorrow. So lots to come on the channel. 3 bits of content, 2 lives in the video to come in the next 24 hours. So make sure you're subscribed, share the video, people. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and bye.